let's get started. So when I tell you what I'm going to use to prime my face, you guys are not going to believe me, but after searching with all my YouTube inspiration people, I learned that this right here, Nivea Aftershave Post Shave Balm for Men, is what I'm going to be priming my face with. That's my dog. This is going so well today. First makeup video. Yoo-hoo! So yeah, anyways, I'm going to prime my face with this Nivea Men's Aftershave. If you don't believe me, look up Jaclyn Hill or Nikki Tutorials, because that's where I got the idea from, and I mean, they are the best. So I'm just going to take just a little bit, prime my face. You want to rub it in until your face, it'll start to feel kind of tacky, if that makes any kind of sense. Dream Velvet by Maybelline. I'm using the Real Techniques little spongy thing. I got this at Walmart, and what people don't know is you're supposed to wet it before you use it. So make sure that you wet it, you hold it under water, you squeeze it out a couple times, and then it's ready to use. So as I said, I'm the number 40 nude in the Maybelline Dream Velvet foundation. I'm going to apply that. To do that, I'm just going to do several little dots all over my face. I've been using this foundation for a little while now for a drugstore makeup. I really, really like it. I've got oily skin, so I think that it actually works really well. It's moderate coverage, but I do think that it's buildable. So, with the flat end of this Real Techniques sponge, just going to blend all of that in. You don't want to rub, you want to just kind of bounce it off your skin. So you can see that that covers pretty nicely. Like I said, it's not the best, but it is a drugstore foundation. You get what you pay for, and it is buildable. So if I wanted to add a little bit more, which I will, because I like to cake it on. What did I do with it? There it is. Because I'm a little bit broke out, so I like to put a little extra on my problem areas. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to use concealer. What I'm going to be using is this Glamoflauge by Hard Candy. The color that I use is medium warm. This, what I would compare it to is if you've used the Clinique All About Eyes. It's like a heavy duty concealer, or Double Wear. I would compare this to this concealer. I'm just going to apply a little bit right on the end of the sponge. I'm going to go down in a triangle. And then start blending that all the way up to my temple. And I like to put it on my eyelid because I don't always use a eyeshadow primer. Sometimes I just end up using a concealer. And blend that out. And then to highlight my forehead, I'm going to use the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. The color that I'm using is Light Pale. Just twist it up a couple times. Going back with my little sponge, I'm going to blend that out. Alright, next for my eyebrows, to comb them out. And then to fill in my eyebrows, I'm going to be using not a drugstore product, because I haven't found one that I love as much as this one, which is the Clinique Brow Shaper, I'm sorry. And I use the charcoal number 5, and It's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and I just can't get past it because I just haven't found anything that I like as much as I actually like this one. So just using a flat angled brush, I'm going to fill in my brows. Before, after, before, after. All right. Ta-da! Brows are done. Next, I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using this palette that I bought at Ulta the other day. I actually haven't got to try it out, so lots and lots of really, really pretty colors. Some warms, some cools. So I'm going to try this out today. Like I said, I got it at Ulta. It was like $10. Not bad, not bad at all. Using a little flat brush. By the way, all the brushes I'm using today, I wanted to do only drugstore brushes because I wanted it to be an affordable, fast and easy look today. So all the brushes I'm using, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, anywhere you can get them. So first I'm going to start by applying the lightest shade. I'm going to apply this cream color all over my eyelid. Next, using a NYX brush, fluffy brush is what I call it. It doesn't have a name other than NYX. You can see it's just a little fluffy brush. I'm going to apply this color right here. You can see that as my transition shade. The transition shade, it goes right on your brow bone. Of my eyebrow, don't know. And you just want to blend it over to where your bone starts to arch. You just want this one to be darker than the first color you applied, but lighter if you're going to use any other colors for the rest. You can be pretty messy with that. You don't have to worry about coming too far out, too far over. A general rule is you don't want to go past your eyebrows. And just blend that in real nicely. The next brush I'm going to be using is a Real Techniques base shadow brush. You can see this. A little bit fluffy, not as long as this one. A little bit shorter and a lot more dense. The next color I'm going to be using is, let's go with, this one's pretty. You can see that. It's kind of a bronzy color. And I'm going to apply it right in the crease. And I'm not going to go all the way down into the crease because that's not the look I'm going for. I'm going for a more natural look and something that I want everyone to be able to do. So I'm just bringing that halfway over, down into the crease, going in little circular motions. I really like that color actually. Alright, see how that looks. It's really small, it's really dense. This, I don't have the name of it because it is rubbed off, but it's like, it's a loyal brush for mine, especially doing the outer corner here. But I have to have this brush. And the color I'm going to be using, it's kind of a glittery, sparkly looking plum shade, if you can see that. what I'm going to use. The way I can describe that is you kind of make the number 7 in your corner, like a little angle. So I'm going to start on the outside, right at the lashes, going up to the crease, and then in just a little at an angle. Next, I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush. It's flat, it's pretty tapered on the end, kind of rounded. I'm going to use this to set my concealer. And to set my concealer today, I'm using this Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I really, really like it. And the shade is 001 Transparent. When you put a heavy concealer on, you always want to try to set it with something, a light powder. That way it's not moving. It'll stay in place, and especially if you're oily. So going in with a Wet n Wild flat brush. I'm going to go in under the eyelashes and smoke that out a little bit. Instead of using the plum color we were using for the corners, I'm going to use just a dark chocolate brown. Got a little bit of purple in it, but it doesn't have the glitter. I'm just going to go straight in under the eyelashes. Blending that a little bit. Next, I'm going to use this MAC Studio bronzing palette. It's a contour bronzer highlighter. I'm going to use this to contour. I don't have a drugstore contouring brush. The only one that I have is this MAC brush that I like. It's just dense, a little bit rounded on the end, and I always use this brush for my contouring. If I can find one, I'm sure there is one at Walmart or wherever. You could probably find one very similar. Not the same, but this one is a MAC brush. Do a little contouring. Using a Morphe 416 brush, this here, I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. Just taking the same two colors, going straight down the side of my nose. Again, with a Naked brush. It's the one that came with one of the Naked palettes. I'm not really sure which one. It's just a really flat brush. I really like it for highlighting the inner corners of my eyes. I'm going to use this color here. To highlight the inner corners of my eye. Next, for a blush, I'm going to use this NYX blush. I actually just got it. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I did pick this up at Ulta the other day. The color is Intuition, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques Fluffy Blush Brush. Going in with Maybelline Stiletto, Line Stiletto eyeliner. It's a felt tip liner, and it is my very favorite eyeliner in the whole entire world. I'm just going to line my eyes real quick. Okay, got my eyeliner done with the Maybelline Stiletto felt tip eyeliner. Like I said, it's my favorite. I lined my eyes, but I just kind of went halfway. I'm not doing anything too dramatic, so just a little wing. Next, for my mascara, I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I really like this I'm a mascara junkie, and it takes a lot for me to buy a mascara 2 times in a row, and surprisingly enough, I've bought this one 2 times in a row. I really, really like the brush. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a little comb, and I really, really love that. So I'm going to do that real quick. I love it. I just love it. Okay, for the highlighter, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I really like this for just a drugstore highlighter. It's not no Jaclyn Hill champagne pop, let me tell you, but it'll do the job. Going back in with my Morphe M416 brush. I'm going to dig into that. I'm going to go right on top of the cheekbones. Down my nose. Alright, last for my lips, I'm going to be using this nude liner. Show you. From NYX, the color of this is Every Toujour. Every day, I guess. I'm going to line my lips real quick. Okay, now that my lips are lined, I'm going to be using this Vivid Matte Liquid Lip Gloss. It's by Maybelline, and I really like it, and it actually stays on really well. Hope you can see that. Dream Velvet Soft. My eyebrows. Yeah, they look ratchet. What people do on YouTube. I don't know that I can do this. Oh, anyways. Sensational.
Lash Sensational.
Lash. I kind of just messed that up, didn't I? Oh, this is awkward.